Shalom. Shalom, this is Brother Kasha Kwala coming back at you with another swift lesson in the Spirit. First and foremost, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. As you can see on my screen, I have a CNN article. It says why a second shutdown over coronavirus might be worse than the first, and how to prevent it. Preventing no second shutdown, man. And also, this came out June 25th, so we've seen from June 25th all the way to now, it's been pretty shitty, all right? Primarily, I know I spoke in a recent lesson about Texas. They reached record numbers one day, hitting 10,000. Now you got 41 total states with cases in them of the coronavirus. You got 3.3 million cases and over, I think, 135,000 deaths just here alone in America, all right, which is the majority of the cases worldwide, all right. It says it is an outcome no one wants, but could become a harsh reality, a second wave of shutdowns, right? California already shut back down, you know what I'm saying? Other states are kind of hesitant to reopen, you know. I'm here in Georgia. We were like one of the last states to shut down and one of the first ones to reopen. You know, it says weeks after lifting stay-at-home orders, some states are seeing record numbers of hospitalizations from COVID-19 as thousands more Americans get infected every day. And yes, I do believe Esau be spiking the numbers, but I do believe there's a certain sickness out there that is actually kind of fucking some people up. But we haven't really even seen like the real deal plague hit yet. And we'll see. We'll end up seeing it, and we'll see where it'll wipe out half the world's population type shit. Probably. I mean, there's sicknesses like that. I wouldn't say half the world's population. I'm just speaking facetiously, but a good majority in the millions. You see what I'm saying? We'll go ahead and wipe. Would wipe the a good portion of the population out. You got to remember, there's almost 8-9 billion people on Earth today. There's a lot of bodies to be, pretty much done away with. All right. So the reason why I wanted to bring out this article, it says the second shutdown might be worse than the first. I'm going to read this in Malachi, the first chapter, the 4th verse. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, all right, but we will return and build the desolate places. Right. The first shutdown, it should have stayed shut down. You know what I'm saying? But things reopened, thinking that they will come back and rebuild the economy, rebuild people getting their jobs back, rebuild normalcy, you know what I'm saying? Rebuild all these things. They're trying to do something like after the Civil War where you have the Reconstruction era. After the Civil War, 1865, there was something called the Reconstruction era. Most people think it was the rebuilding of America, but really what the Reconstruction era was the deconstruction of the mind of Jake, all right, from going to hardcore bondage slavery to tricking pretty much and fooling and deceiving them into doing a different type of bondage, okay? That was the Reconstruction era because a lot of Jakes were industrialized during that time. People think that the North and the South were fighting to, the South were fighting to keep their slaves, which really they were. And the North were fighting to free them. Fuck no. The North didn't care about them being enslaved. Because I'm going to be real. Fucking Abe Lincoln, George Washington, the founding fathers, they had slaves. Thomas Jefferson, they didn't give a shit. They didn't care about, it was just a different, the North or the Union was more quote unquote federal and dealing with government type things than the South was more agricultural. All right. And they wanted to change, the way they did things pretty much in America. So the Reconstruction era was it was a terrible time for Jake. You know, that's when they quote unquote gave 40 acres and a mule. Uh, Also, they started putting Jake in the, I think they made a legislation. I forgot what it was. Where pretty much, you know, you could be put into jail for a petty ass crime, and then you're right back into slavery, pretty much. But they called it prison. If you watch that documentary, The 13th, it explains that very well in there. It says, "But we will return and build the desolate places." There ain't no rebuilding this economy after that first shutdown. Right when them idiots from Wuhan flew over here to California, well, to Alaska first, then down to California, that's when it started. Ain't no coming back from that. It wasn't normal after that. Okay. It says it's an outcome no one wants, but could become a harsh reality. Fuck that. You ain't speaking on the behalf of me, CNN. Shut this bitch down, okay? Shut it down and have another wave of unemployment, people getting laid off. Because I'm telling you, I've been watching, certain investors and certain people saying certain things. They're saying, hey, by, September, which is only like a month and a half away, okay, you're going to start seeing record number of evictions, record number of people can't paying their mortgages, okay? And what is that going to start? An uproar. Another thing that's going to happen, there's going to be a large famine that's going to about to take place. All right, you're already seeing meat shortages. And for you Akim listening to this, if you go to the store, hey, you may go to the store just to get some bread. Just pick up 2 or 3 things of, or 2 or 3 cans of canned goods, okay? Or if you're just going in there to pick up some fucking strawberries, go get another pack of eggs, even though you have enough. Or go get 2 packs of meat, all right? Even if you're not going there for that. Or you may need brothers who work, who may still have to commute to their jobs. You may fill up your gas. You may fill up your gas and then go back home to be prepared for the next day. Well, while you fill up your gas, make a stop at the Walgreens or I don't know, little corner store or your local Kroger, I don't know, and pick up a little 2 bags of rice and maybe a bag of beans. It's a periodic stocking. Go pick up you some waters, okay? Don't be caught out there when this shit shuts down, because this second wave ain't gonna be like the first one, how lenient it was. It says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down." Exactly. This next throwdown or the shutdown is gonna be something that I don't know if the America's gonna. Why am I saying it like that? America won't bounce back. Okay, it tried to bounce back after the first shutdown, but it didn't do so hot. You still got millions each week applying for unemployment, okay? It says, "And they shall call them the border of wickedness." Right. They shall call them the border of wickedness because during these shutdowns, it's going to be more and more evident and more revealed that Esau, all right, the so-called white man or the self-proclaimed white man, because he called himself a white man, okay? The self-proclaimed white man is a damn demon and a damn devil, and he's wicked, all right? And people are going to understand that, all right? And the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. And it's going to be shown that the Lord is going to have a righteous anger toward these people. And it's going to be shown, and people are going to see it with their own 2 eyes, that these Edomites, these so-called white people ain't shit, Let me think of this precept real quick. One moment. So Wisdom of Solomon chapter 16 and 15. It says, "But it is not possible to escape thine hand." Right. It's not possible to escape the judgment of the Lord. If he calls your number and you don't pick up, he's going to make your ass pick up. There ain't no choice. All right? If he got a target on your head, And ain't no taking that off. It's like an assassin or a mercenary, whatever. They got a job. Hey, I need you to go assassinate this leader. Okay, how much you paying? Because he telling me that he'll pay me this much to assassinate you. I mean, shit, I'll take his, bro, and I'll be after your head. I don't care who it is. All right? It's like it's an assassin. They'll take the biggest chunk of change and do whatever. Whoever's paying me the most, I'm not taking. I don't give a shit about the sides. Whoever's paying me. You see? I ain't got no attachments to nothing. It's the same thing with the Lord. If he has your number, if he has a target on your head, ain't no getting away from it. If he's zoned in on you, it is not possible to escape thine hand. You see? All right, verse 16. All right, verse 16, because it says, the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever. It says, for the ungodly that denied to know thee. Well, you can revert this to Jake. This is more so speaking to Jake, but I'm applying it. All right, we're scourged by the strength of thine arm. Right, the strength of thine arm. The Lord, hey, you can't box the Lord. His reach is too long. All right, and that's what Esau is trying to do. But he's going to be scored by the strength of his arm. He's going to get hit with a straight right to the fucking face. All right. It says, the strange rains, hails, and showers were they persecuted that they could not avoid. All right. And through fire they were they consumed. Correct. So I'm applying this script, and you can apply this to the prophecies at hand. Who's going to be consumed by fire? These Edomites. Of course, these other nations who are in the mix and mingling of this place. You can read Ezekiel 24 chapter speaking about that scum, all right, in that pot, all right. They call another, what is it? A nickname for America is the melting pot, because there's all different type of nations in this place, and they mix it all together with all these different type of philosophies, all right. Therefore, it becomes scum, man. All right. It says through fire they were consumed, right? And these Edomites and you 2/3 nigga Jakes, y'all going to get consumed in this fire that the Lord is about to bring to you. All right. Verse 17 says, for which is most to be wondered at. Exactly. All right. Matter of fact, let me get that in Revelation 18 chapter, since it said most to be wondered at. I'm trying to get to the point. Bear with me, Babakasha. I'm trying to get to the verse where it says, and they howled. There we go. Revelation 18 and 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Correct. All right. It says that's a wonder. Okay. When no one can buy anything from this place, when they actually see this place burning. Okay, let me get that word wonder real quick in the etymology. All right, wonder, marvelous thing, miracle, object of astonishment, like, whoa, a surprise. All right, it's going to be amusing to watch these bombs bursting in air. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be an amazing thing to see. All right. Sorry ass American anthem. All right. So go back. It says the fire had more force in the water that quencheth all things. Right. This destruction is going to be bad, man. You got to remember this fire that these people are about to see. Lord willing, we're not a part of it. And Lord willing, we do see it, but in a chariot. This fire, you got to remember, this fire is coming from the same power. All right, the divine entity, Yahweh, who only kept 8 people alive in a flood and killed the rest of the world. And I'm saying world as oikoumene. People don't, they read that Noah story, or let me stop saying story, man. That historical event, because it actually happened. All right, they read that and just like it's a fantasy, or it's a folklore, or it's a fable. No, and then they will say, "Oh, God loves everybody," but what did He love everybody when He only kept 8 people alive? Only 8 people? Answer me that. Because the scriptures do also talk about that He does not change. Same today, tomorrow, and forever. This is the same power who flooded this entire earth thousands of years ago. Not millions, Esau. Thousands of years ago. And only kept 8 people alive. It's the same power that's going to destroy this place and only keep 144,000 people, men alive. And the elect 1/3. And the rest are going into bondage. The same power. All right? It says, for the world fighteth for the righteous. Exactly. The world fighteth for the righteous. And how does the world fight for the righteous? Through the prophecies. And I'm going to speak about the earth in general. You can see nature going against Esau. You can see animals going against Esau. I'll never forget that one little video when an octopus and a seal teamed up together to slap an Edomite straight in the face, man. That was probably the funniest thing I have ever seen in my life, man. All right? Because this world does not fuck with E, man. He's a terrible leader. He's a terrible ruler. Okay? And bear with me one moment. All right? Because I just got to see this, man. Just one more time. Man, this was hilarious. I'm going to bring up on the screen right here. This was absolutely comical. You telling me a sea lion or a seal and an octopus teamed up together to slap some Edomites in the face, man. Usually seals eat octopus.
Underwater? Yeah.
Look at that shit. That's hilarious, man. That's absolutely hilarious. Literally slap that. Man, literally slap the shit out of him. Alright? But Earth does not fuck with you, E. Alright? Look at him. Look at him. That whole tentacle with all them little things on it slapped the shit out of his ass. Alright? But, I just wanted to bring that out to, lighten the mood a little bit. But, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And this place is not going to get rebuilt. And Aki, man, prepare yourself for this second shutdown, because it's going to be a different beast. All right? The first shutdown was very lenient. All right? Because you got some complaining ass people in America. I don't want this to be shut down. So they just reopened it because they big babies. All right? And also they don't want their economy to crash. But this second shutdown is going to be a must. All right? And really, this is a part of what Esau wants to do, but ultimately it's a part of the prophecies. All right? Second Ezra 15, 16 chapter got to come to pass, where we can't even go from, it's going to get a point where I've done seen checkpoints from state to state now. Okay? And also another thing, it's going to get to a point where you can't even go from city to city or county to county. All right? There's going to be county lines that you can't go past. There's going to be city lines that you can't go past. Okay? You may live on the west side, but you can't make it to the east side because you can't go through Atlanta. All right? Because you don't stay in Fulton County. You're not a Fulton County resident. You're a Cobb County resident. All right? Or a Gwinnett. You have to stay in Gwinnett. You see? That's how it's going to start getting, not just state to state. Within the states, you can't move from county to county, from city to city. All right? It's going to get ugly. All right? But it's going to be beautiful for us, because we seen once these things happen, that means Yahweh Shai is closer to visiting the place. Prepare yourselves, man, and most definitely prepare your mind for it. All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying. We'll give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruits, your brother Kasha Qual. Until the next time, Shalom.